Okay, Doc, welcome back to part 2 of the Practice Accelerator. I'm Dr. Melissa Grill-Peterson, founder of Functional Medicine Marketing Solutions. And as promised, in this episode, we're going to talk all about how to close a patient. Now, listen, if you haven't watched it yet, please make sure that you check out our Know, Like, and Trust Factor video here on our YouTube channel because it really speaks to this section. But let me tell you that what becomes so incredibly important when you've done the first part, you've got the patient to you, you've figured out your niche, you know who your ideal patient is that's coming into you, you know the results that you can give better than anybody, and you're effectively sharing that message. So you're getting people to know about that and they're really feeling comfortable with it. So now they're coming in, they're in front of you, and now what? How do you close them? Well, I'm going to tell you, really, there's so much pre-psychology. There's something called priming. And so you can do so much on the front end to really whittle down that by the time somebody makes it into your practice, you've got a much higher likelihood that they're actually going to say yes and move forward. And again, that's what niche marketing, that's what's making sure that you're getting the right message out there, that you really know who you're here to help. And you begin to put out the materials that's already saying, hey, is this you? And this is how we can help. Is this you? Do you want this? You want them to say yes repeatedly over and over and seeing your videos and your blog posts and your social media posts and your advertisements. And they're just feeling so comfortable with you that they're just going, yes, 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 this makes sense to me. Yes, I want more of this. Yes, yes, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So now what do I need to do? So they're in your office. Now this is where the magic happens. I want to tell you about something that's called active listening. This is all about building rapport. Because up until this point, you probably have not met many of these potential patients. Now, if you're a doc that's out doing community education, maybe you're doing lunch and learns, or you're conducting workshops or dinner talks, then maybe you've met this person. They've had at least one experience with you. But for you, if you're not doing that, then this is your first time. And to really have the opportunity to move them forward, you have got to truly help them feel so comfortable. You've got to help them feel completely heard and understood. Because if you are a functional medicine doctor, you're in this integrative space, then what you've heard more than on one occasion is a patient story that's come to you. And they've been to doctor after doctor after doctor. They've been put on medication after medication. They're feeling frustrated. They're losing hope. They feel like nobody's listening. And that's why you want to let them know. Not just telling them how you're different. You want them to absolutely know that you are different because you hear them. You're listening. So don't have a script pre-done and say exactly write down, here's how I have to say it and what I need to do. You can have an idea of how you want to conduct that conversation, and that's a smart thing to do. But you need to be present with them. You need to pick up on their words. So the art of building unconscious rapport begins with body language. And I'm not just talking the stuff that we've learned about. I mean, you want to do something called mirroring. Mirroring. So it's like you're looking at somebody in the mirror. So if Mrs. Jones is sitting across from you and she's leaning this way, you're in the chair across from her and you're going to mirror her. You're going to lean that way. Okay? If Mrs. Jones is back in her chair, then you are going to be kind of back in your chair. You're going to be helping to mirror her so that she understands that you get her. Okay, if she's got her leg crossed, you're going to cross that same leg. So that's just a really interesting little thing that begins to build unconscious communication between your brain and her brain. And what she begins to do is go, she feels safe because for some reason, her brain recognizes that you recognize her. Now comes the audible component. Mrs. Jones has probably filled out some paperwork. Maybe you're the type of doc that really asks some good psychological-based questions. You start to dive into the emotional component of the problem. How long have you been suffering like this? What's your life going to be like if you don't solve this problem? How's it impacted your family? What's it prevented you from being able to do? What's your life going to be like if you can solve this problem? How motivated are you? So those psychological questions are super important. Hopefully you're asking them because now you've got that in front of you. And so you've got some ammo, if you will. You've got some insight. You've got some understanding. You're seeing their words. You're understanding those emotions in that picture. But now when you're talking to them, don't just assume that Mrs. Jones has really told you the full story on that paper. Don't assume, because you know what that does, right? You know I don't have to tell you. So I want you to actively listen. So if I'm Mrs. Jones and you're talking to me and saying, hey, Mrs. Jones, what brought you in today? Oh my gosh, doc, I am really struggling. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do anymore. I've been to so many doctors. I can't get this weight off. I'm staying up all night. I'm trying to get to bed, but it's making me crazy. And I'm yelling at my kids. My husband doesn't want to be with me. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm about to, I don't even want to think about it, but I feel like I'm ready to completely just crash. Okay. Now, okay, Mrs. Jones, I get that you're about to, I hear you. You're feeling like you're about to completely crash. I get it. And I wish I didn't have to say this, but so many women have been in here and they're struggling just like you. You're not sleeping at night, man. That would make anybody feel at their wit's end. I can understand why you're yelling at your kids. I can understand why you and your husband are having problems. But I want you to know that you're in the right place. This is what we do. So again, I'm giving that little example. Hopefully you heard. I used her words back. I used the same words, those hot buttons, struggle, at my wit's end, yelling at my kids, those things that are emotional pieces, right? I'm not just going, oh, okay, Mrs. Jones, I understand that you're really having some problems. And I see on the paperwork that you've been to 10 different doctors, you're on 5 different medications, and you really want to come off those medications. No. Don't pass over the person that's right in front of you. Get your head out of the paper, get your head out of the script, and be present. The more present you can be with that human being across from you, the better you're going to close them. It doesn't have to be scripted. They need to know that you get them, that you hear them, that you understand, and then don't just commiserate with them. You want to move them from that problem into the solution. You're going to help them to understand that you get them and that you've got the solution to their biggest fears and worries and doubts and concerns. You're going to let her know that you're going to get her sleeping again. You're going to let her know that her marriage is going to be able to be saved, and she's not going to have to continue yelling at her kids because she's going to get the weight off. She's going to get her energy back. She's going to feel like herself again. She's going to reclaim her health. When you can let her know that, man, saving a marriage, saving a family, getting my sexy back, okay, that's priceless. That's priceless. And that's how you close a patient. Don't go from a script. Come from your heart and be present. Actively listen. Use psychology to your benefit. Tune into the emotional component. Really stir up the pain. Get them to elicit the pain. Get them to go into it. And then help to lift them out. You want to leave them on a high emotional note so that they are hopeful, that they know that you can help them. Now, you need more help than this? Keep staying tuned in. There's more to come on part 3, which is, of course, going to be how to keep them. We just learned in part 1 how to get patients. Today, we talked all about how to close them to move them forward from that sale. So now they're going to move forward into care. And on the next video, we're going to talk all about how to keep them as you accelerate your practice. So listen, my friend, I'm Dr. Melissa here with Functional Medicine Marketing Solutions. Please let me know what you thought of this video. Make sure you put some comments below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe right here to our YouTube channel. And listen, if you want to know more, you want to go deeper, you can always check out our website, functionalmedicinemarketingsolutions.com. We've always got information on live events, on coaching programs, and the ways that we can best support you so that you, the patients you serve, and your practice can continue to thrive. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Dr. Melissa. Stay well.